Welcome back to the Jacked Racing YouTube channel. Welcome back to the shop. It is the last full day of work that I'll be here for, at least, to get ready for the World Series coming up next week. Actually, 4 days from now. We have a track day on Thursday for practice, and then from there starts the 9 nights of racing. So we got to get this thing ready to go. It's in a lot of pieces, as you can see. We got the rear end out of it. The front is all taken apart. If you watched the last video I posted, you can see me tearing that thing up. So now we got to get it all put back together. So let me show you what we're doing. The first thing is trying to get this rear end straightened out. We found out that it was bent last season and we just never had the time to get it right. So now we're taking it out, trying to get it straightened out. Hopefully that's going to help our straightaway speed, not having any kinks in the rear end. And maybe it'll save our third members too. I know we had a third member trouble last year. So this should fix that. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But let's see what we can do. We have a couple of different ways we're going to try and straighten this thing out. Once again, not a how-to channel. You're going to get to watch us just struggle through and try and get this thing right. So we're going to measure it and then see what some of these methods we learned about online are going to do for us.
So we have measured the rear end and we are a little bit farther apart on this plane than we are on the opposite side. So the wheels are splayed out a little bit. And what we have seen and what I've done before is if you heat up this metal sort of cherry red hot and then quench it, the metallurgy will actually cause it to shrink a little bit. And since we don't have to move too much, maybe about a 1/16 of an inch, that's what we're going to try. So we'll probably try a spot here, measure it again, then try a spot there. I think we'll probably be able to get it done in 1 or 2 tries. I'm afraid it's going to melt the bucket.
I kind of am too.
Can we stick something under there?
Or should I just pour some water on the bucket? I'll just keep an eye on it.
Alright. I mean, I don't care.
If we lose the bucket, we lose the bucket.
Yeah, I don't necessarily care if we lose the bucket.
The bucket's cheaper than a rear end.
Yeah, we're gonna melt that bucket. Let's get something under there. I'll lift it up. Keep it off the bucket. Yeah, that'll work. Have at it. Just douse it. Okay, wait for it to cool off, then measure it.
You don't think it's cool yet?
No.
I gave it 20 ounces of water.
Do you want to touch it and find
No.
out? It's still boiling down there. And that wasn't even the hot spot.
Yeah. It's fine. You want to do that side?
Let's wait and see where we're at here. What we can do is put the wheels on it and use the toe plates. That would give us a little more accurate measurement too.
While we wait for that rear end to dry, we got some other projects we can work on here. Since we're going to go real fast at the big half-mile track, we've got some aerodynamic pieces here from 5 Star that we're going to install. Hopefully let the air kind of blow around the outside of the cockpit here and not in there, yeah, because that's just a big stopper right there. So hopefully that'll help Aero. And then I've also got a nice new mirror to put in because that little mirror just isn't cutting it for me and I can never see behind me. So lots of little upgrades. You know, they're small, but hopefully they're going to help a lot in the grand scheme of things. And just like that, look at that. We've got little windows here. They look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. And then I've also got a nice shiny new mirror that I can kind of actually see out the back of. That's going to be real nice. I never really like having to rely on the spotters. In every race I have to tell them I can't really see behind me, so keep me in the loop. It's going to be nice to actually have an idea what's going on, especially if the radio cuts out. It doesn't happen that often, but if it does, I want to at least be ready to drive on my own if I need to. In other news, this may have worked. We just took a measurement on it and it looks like it's right where we need to be. It's the same on both sides of the brake rotors. Now the real test is going to be putting some tires on it and getting the toe plates on to see if it's actually lined up, but I think our plan kind of worked. It looks like it did what we wanted and it's right about the right amount. I don't want this thing to stop. You're not supposed to roll right now.
Alright.
Moment of truth.
still, this is in now. That's not a horrible thing.
How is that though? If the housing seems straight,
I'm not sure.
why are the wheels not straight?
Are the rims bent a little bit? Or maybe the rims aren't completely flat? Let me do this.
Pick it up. You want me to hit the wheels on?
I want it to be upright the way it would be when it's in the car.
Okay.
Because honestly, I don't care. I don't care if it's out. There. I don't care if it's out this way.
Yeah, you don't want it in though.
I just don't want it in.
Yeah.
So let's measure it like this, which is, now we can see whether anything is in. We're pretty straight across. Maybe we'll switch tapes. Let me just check this. So that's a quarter, and that's an eighth. We're an eighth short on this side, so they're splayed out a little bit. And it's actually even less than that. You're centered?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'm not. Well, I wasn't quite centered. Let me see if that makes a difference. So now we're a tick less than a quarter. No, we're way down. How can that be? Yeah, we're still like an eighth out on the wheels.
The rotors measure the same, then the housing shouldn't be the problem, right?
Yeah, I wonder maybe we just can't measure the rotors accurately enough. 9 3/4 or 50 3/4.
Did you just Harry Potter?
What?
You just Harry Potter?
I did. Yeah, we're still. I mean, rotor to rotor is not as good a measurement as outside to outside. So we're still a little splayed out. You want to try dousing first?
It's easier.
Okay.
Let's do the other side.
I'm going to do the other side, and I'm going to do a wider area.
Bigger area. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see, which side did we do before? This one, right? Yeah, okay. So now I'll do this side.
You want a cup of water?
Load up some water. Drop it on there. Drop it. Let's put the cloth right on it. And pour water over the top. I got nothing else.
It is.
Let's keep going.
Oh,
You're done, okay.
I missed, I think.
That's okay. I'll do one more good one here, and then we'll measure again and see what else we want to try. Hold on. Keep pouring, keep pouring.
There we go. Waterboard it. Did I hear the tire just move a little bit? Did you hear
I
that?
heard that. I wonder what that was.
It sounded like the tire, like,
Yeah, scooting a little bit.
that'd be really cool if that's what
Yeah.
just happened. That's what it sounded like, right? Like the tire, like, yeah, the tire moved an eighth of an inch. We'll be golden.
Yeah, the thing is that this only has to move just like a tiny amount because
It'll get
it shows up. It
more
gets-
drastic
Yeah,
at
it
the
gets
end.
amplified at the tire.
While we wait for that to cool down, I figured I would show you all my dog and this big snack he's about to get. Oh, buddy. Can you give me a paw? Oh, good boy. Can you lay down? Look at that tail. There you go. Good boy.
Make sure your plate's centered.
Yep, it is.
Farther in, farther in. There you go.
Oh, it's all wet. Ah.
Crap. Alright, I'm gonna have to try a different spot. Let me do 2 more spots It may be, because these are the spots I kind of did before, so it may be that they already shrunk, they're just not going to shrink anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I think we're making some progress here. We just figured out a better way to do this. We were just putting a towel on it and pouring a cup of water on it, and it wasn't a violent enough procedure to make it work. So now, Dad's gonna heat this thing up with the torch. I've got the hose right here, and we're basically just gonna flood this thing once it's glowing orange. We just tried it on what would be the right side axle tube, and it worked. It moved a 1/16 of an inch, and we're an 1/8 of an inch off, so we're halfway there. If we can get the other side to move in, this crazy idea might actually work. I'd like to take a second to just show you why Crocs are the ultimate garage footwear. Look at that. I can pour all this water all over them, and we're good to go. Dad even switched into his Crocs. By the way, get your Jack Racing Croc charms if you really want to be Croc rocking. It's got to be good for a couple horsepower per foot. We're getting this as nice and hot as possible, and then we're just gonna flood it with this hose water, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool day here in Florida, so this is as good a chance as we're gonna have. Look at the water boiling inside the spring pocket there. That's crazy. All right, you ready to rock and roll?
Yep.
All right. Well, here goes nothing. Ready? Woo! That was a spicy one. This cools it down so much faster than the towel though.
Try a measurement.
Let's give it a second. Giving the garage floor a good cleaning while we're at it. All right, time for the moment of truth. Did we get the 1/8 of an inch that we want?
Nope.
What? Is it any better?
It's about the same as it was before.
Is it still an 1/8 or a 1/16?
It's like, I mean, it's like a 16.
Here.
Whatever you did helped a little bit, but it's still not right. If anything, the back is, no, it says it's right on.
So what we just did is flip the tires 180 degrees and try and measure it again to see if there was maybe some inconsistency with the hub rather than with the axle, and now we're just really confused. I'm gonna go check it here, switch sides. Let's see if we can do a dummy check here.
If that's the case, then I say, okay, we just get some new
get new
hubs
hubs.
at some point, and we're kind of close enough with what this is going to be.
It is like dead on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, crap. Alright, well, I guess we both got the same measurement. Maybe
So
we
I'm
need
gonna
to
say-
rebuild the hubs.
That's close enough, and at some point we rebuild the hubs.
We definitely made it better.
We got it better, yeah.
Okay. That was not an unsuccessful venture then. Now the fun part, we get to paint it and put it back in its home. So what we're doing now is welding on a new drain plug. We're pretty happy with the way we got it back together, so we're going to put a drain plug on. We're going to throw a coat of paint on it, and once the paint dries, if we have time, we might see if we can put it back in tonight. Well, it's got a one coat, cheap, quick and easy paint job on it, good enough for a race car, and now we're going to put it back in. That actually, not the worst experiment ever. Could have gone maybe a little better, could have gone a lot worse. We'll take it. So let's put this thing back in and be one step closer to hitting the track. Can you spin the front end in? There. Ooh.
You gotta go up. Okay, hang on. We gotta.
Need to go up a little more maybe.
I gotta scooch a little more too. There. Okay, up. Okay, hold it there. Scooch. Yeah, if you can pull the back end over a little bit, we might be able to just roll it a little better. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
Whoa, hold up.
Okay, I'm not doing anything.
We're hooked on a brake line. There. Okay, now you're good. Okay, hold on.
Okay. Do you want me to get under it with the jack again? Oh, no, you got it.
Hold on. I'm gonna pinch my fingers if we set it down like this. 6 inches. Okay.
Okay, hold on. I'll get the jack out.
I'm in a kind of a bad spot.
You gotta rotate the body. There. Okay, I got it too. Okay. Do you want to scooch over some more?
Wait.
Oh, that's it. Unless we get another brake line. All right, it'll sit there.
Okay.
Get yourself situated.
Push.
Let it rotate down a little bit because the control arm there. You okay?
Very close to being bad pitch, but I'm okay.
That's the hard part.
Okay. That wasn't the worst thing ever.
Nope.
It's always got to be just a little bit sketchy, but that's okay. Okay, I've got to show everyone a mistake I made that's basically so good it's funny. If you remember the last video, I was working on some suspension pieces in here, and I was loosening the weight jacker on the spring here, and I was using a ratcheting wrench, and I ran out of room with the ratcheting wrench, and it butted up into the steering shaft, and stupid me didn't realize that that's a one-way wrench, and I couldn't just crank it back down. In my head, I was like, I'll just turn it back down when it's time to reinstall it, but I forgot the wrench doesn't go that way, so now we have to figure out how to get this wrench out of here, and we might have to take the steering shaft off, so pretty spectacular mistake on my part. Well, there we go. The rear end is in. The wrench is out of the front end. We've got the rest of the front suspension, sway bar, everything taken apart. We're going to end up putting it back together with a whole different setup. I think it's going to work out really well for us. This was a super productive day, and I am feeling very good about what we have going forward into the World Series. So hopefully all these changes are going to work, and it's going to make us go a lot faster than we did last year. I'm sure it's going to. Having the motor running right, first of all, it's going to make us go a lot faster, but I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to get back on the big track. Make sure you click subscribe. The next video is going to be from test day at the World Series. That's on Thursday, so the video will probably be coming Friday. So make sure you subscribe, follow along, check out all the action. It's going to be great. Make sure you leave me a comment down here, like the video, and we'll see you next time.